commercialism took over in the design of the shoes, and we have been sold down the river by many of the running shoe manufacturers. In fact, if you go back to when Nike brought out their Free, F-R-E-E, and it was highly flexible.
Yeah.
There was actually an apology from the top of Nike, the head chap at Nike, saying, we got it wrong. And they did, they got it wrong. Now, of course, Nike have brought out an extremely rigid shoe because there's a plate in there, but it's actually not a spring, but it actually puts you into the correct running style. And many of our...
Which is the best shoes in your opinion now?
There's no such thing as the best shoe as such. Let me just take something off. What you want in a shoe is some protection on the outside, protection against thorns, cigarette ends, glass, that sort of thing. You want a bit of cushioning because of the tiles, the road, the hard surfaces we're running on. And then you want total and utter flexibility. Why? Because the best shoes that you'll ever get are your feet.
Okay.
You don't need, I mean, we were born, you know, it's like saying, why doesn't a leopard have shoes? Because they've got the correct tools to be a fast runner. We've got the correct tools there, but we need some sort of protection because we're no longer running on the open felt and grass and so on. That said, what are the best and fastest shoes now? Technology in the last few years has made a difference. And in fact, there are some phenomenal shoes coming out of China with plates in them. The Saucony one comes from the same manufacturing factory as Xtep in China, XTEP. And Xtep have a phenomenal shoe for the recreational runner with a plate in it. And when you put it on, you become the spring. It utilizes your body. The Nike one that started off with the gray one, I'm trying to think what that was called. It's before Vaporfly. The Nike one puts you in such a way that when you land, there's a very hard forefoot. And when you land, you're in the correct position, which is leaning forward, and you're engaging your core, which means that the force that you're putting in will push you forward. Remember, everyone or many people think that running is about putting your foot forward. That's totally and utterly false. Running distance is about putting your foot down and pushing backwards. It's about using your arms and elbows to drive backwards. The forward motion is simply the reaction from that. You're pushing against the ground to move the body forward. And that is a key thing that people need to understand. Now, if you've got a shoe where the heel is too big, and that seems to be about 11 millimeters higher than the forefoot, then many people are forced to land on the heel and then the toe. But that landing with the heel ahead of the center of gravity is actually stopping you all the time. And so it's actually a negative. Plus it's putting a shock wave up the leg, so your knee or your hip, whichever is the weakest point, will be damaged. And many people get shin splints because of this heel-toe action. That came because in the 70s, when the running boom started in America, a lot of people who had been spending years on a couch then took up running. And because it was such a sudden take up and because they were doing too much too soon, a new style was designed. And that style was called jogging. And jogging is a cross between walking and running, where they use the heel to cushion the blow. But it's not running. And so if you're doing anything over sort of, or under rather, faster than, say, a 5-hour marathon, 8 minutes a K, that sort of thing. If you're going faster than that, 7-8 minutes a K, then you should be focusing on running. Now, at the same time, we lost PE, physical education, out of many schools, education program. And so kids are not taught how to run. Okay. Style and fashion have also had its impact on shoes. And so people are not, running the way they should be. And if you take the easiest way to do this is take your shoes off, go out onto the grass or a hard beach or anywhere that's safe, or even a carpeted room like a corridor in a hotel or something, and just run freely in your bare feet, just for a short distance, 100 meters, 200 meters, and see where you land. And you will tend to land either midfoot or on the ball of your foot. And that is how we were designed to run. And that's a shoe that you feel comfortable in that allows you to do that is the best shoe for you.